This video is brought to you by Bespoke Post. Bespoke Post is a monthly subscription box for guys who give a damn. Each box is packed with high-quality gear and useful advice to help step up your life. The contents of each box ranges from tools and drinks to gear for style and travel. Like this parlor box, which features a 3-piece decanter set with some double old-fashioned glasses for storing and enjoying your favorite spirits, as well as a heritage wood bar tray to store them on. When you sign up, you'll take a quick quiz that helps teach Bespoke your interests, and at the beginning of each month, you'll get to see what's in your box before it ships. If you don't like it, you can choose from the other boxes available, skip that month altogether, or return or exchange it hassle-free, and you can even add other items from their store to ship with your box. For members, each box will cost $45 with free shipping, $55 for non-members, and has a total value of at least $70, often much more. If you want to see what it's all about, join the club using the link in the description and use the coupon code BEST20 to get 20% off your first box. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Taylor Martin. This is the Best Damn EDC, and it's time for another video. Today, I have another EDC Weekly for you, and since it's been a while since I've done a themed EDC Weekly, I figured today would be a really good day to do that. So earlier this week, I put out a little feeler and I said, show me your most expensive EDCs, because, well, I've done budget EDC Weekly, budget EDC Weekly, affordable EDC Weekly, cheap EDC Weekly. I've done all these different variants of very affordable. I've done a few different things like titanium. I did one for Swiss Army knives, Leatherman. I've done a bunch of different themes. I've never, ever done an expensive EDC Weekly. There are certainly expensive carries scattered here and there throughout all of my past episodes, but this one is dedicated solely to the most expensive EDCs out there. This video is not too poor shame. It's not too rich shame. This video is just a spectacle. I thought it would be a really fun video to make because, well, there are people out there in the community who get flack for having expensive stuff, and I don't think that should be the case. If you are a successful person and you like the finer things in life, by all means, treat yourself, and you should also get some recognition in this community as well without catching any flack for it. So this video is just for fun. And now, as a disclaimer, I kind of expected when I said, show me your most expensive carries, that people would just kind of pile together all their most expensive things. And I think it's okay, because we're just having a little fun with this episode. I kind of expected it. There's no way to avoid it. When you say, give me your most expensive carry, you know, people are just going to try to flex. That's kind of what this episode is. I'll do another budget video in the future. I'll do many other themed EDCs in the future, but this one is all about those bougie carries. And let's do the damn thing. So this week I have 6 features and some honorable mentions, so I'm going to try to get through this as fast as possible and not dawdle. And one thing I have tried to do is the ones that I'm featuring, I've tried to get like MSRP for some of the stuff and just tell you what the total tally of that carry might be, but the prices vary. There are secondary prices, some stuff is impossible to find, some stuff's discontinued. Some of this stuff is very difficult to track down, so I've done my best with the approximate value of what their carry is. Even these people who are carrying this stuff probably don't know what it's worth now, so approximations here. Anyway, first up this week, we have a submission from Andrew. It's just Andrew. I know he's in the Discord server, but I don't know his username. First up in the center of the photo is a Grimsmo Norseman. That is number 3126. That retails for about $925. In fact, you can look that one up in the history, the archives over at Grimsmo's website. He also has on his wrist an Omega Seamaster, and he has that on a gray NATO strap. In the top right of the photo is his wallet. That is a Fjellraven. I know it's impossible to pronounce for me. Ovic card holder. He also has 3 pins in the photo, 2 Mont Blancs. One is a ballpoint, one is a roller ball, and he also has a Lamy 2000 pin. And at the bottom of the photo are his eyeglasses. Those are Oliver Peoples Finley rims. He also has Apple AirPods and a silver money clip with his cash in it. And then finally, in the bottom center of the photo is the Victorinox Classic SD Nick Shabazz edition from Blade HQ. So tallying all that up, we come to about $6,400. The watch here is easily the most expensive thing in the carry. It's an Omega Seamaster. That one's around $4,200. Pair that with a knife and these pins from Mont Blanc and Lamy, and you've got a pretty expensive carry, almost $6,400 MSRP. But he also says, not pictured Listerine breath strips. Here, my man, love those things. 2019 MacBook Pro and an industrial Sharpie. I just started college and I've been having to take a ton of notes, so I'm using the pens constantly. The money clip was handmade in Mexico and was a gift from my grandfather. I love your Discord, by the way. If I get chosen, please just say my first name. He also is looking for a new card holder. If you're in the Discord, I would highly recommend this one I just got. This one comes from Ty or Turkey Foot Leatherworks. This one is just so nice. I had him make this one for me. I requested the colors specifically. So an OD green or olive green leather with like a cognac on the outside. Really digging this thing. Very slim and minimal. Anyway, great carry, really nice, expensive stuff. The Omega is on my list. Not the Seamaster, the Speedmaster is more my speed, but still. And a Norseman is on the horizon for me. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end up with one eventually, but really cool stuff, man. Thanks for sharing. And of course, you have an entry into the giveaway, not that you need my stuff. Next up is a carry from a buddy of mine. You guys actually probably remember him from a feature that I did here on the channel, EDC Alabama, when he did his mods for knives and all sorts of other EDC gear. He no longer does that. He does not accept mods. I think he does mods, but he doesn't do custom orders or made to order stuff. He'll mod something and then sell it off. But anyway, his name is Matthew Wehrwein, which I asked him why it's not Wehrwein, and he said, I'm in Alabama, not Germany. So Wehrwein, not Wehrwein. Anyway, you can also now find him over at Wear Knives on Instagram. Both of his Instagram accounts are linked down below. I recommend you following him in both places. But his knives, Wear Knives, woo, buddy, they're hot. They're hot. You should check them out. Anyway, first up in this photo in the far left is the Sharp Elegance leather bifold wallet. And next to that is a BWSAK, a Brassworks Swiss Army knife in copper. He also has a David Mosier NYS, which is a New York Special 2.0. And then next to that is a little pry bar bottle opener. It's the Templar V1 pry bar from 45 Design over on Instagram. Attached to that is a Combat Beads bead. He also has a Fellholter tie bolt pin and a Rovi Von Aurora A4 in titanium. And then finally, not pictured, is his Casio G-Shock. So if you tally all this up, which is very difficult to do because the BWSAKs, you can't just readily buy them. Same with the David Mosier knives, but all of that given me just estimating it's around $2,200 for this carry. So a little cheaper than the other one, but still just sick. Anyway, Matt says, I can't go without my wallet, watch knife, Swiss Army knife, flashlight, and pin. Anytime I forget one of them, I immediately need it. I work on fire alarm systems, so having a screwdriver and flathead pry bar is always needed. It literally saves me going back to the work truck every single day. I make knives as a side hobby, hoping to do some full-time one day. I do not own a knife of mine for the obvious reason. I can always build myself another one. One day soon, Taylor can show you one of my knives, which I really look forward to doing. His work is great. He's still new to the whole custom knife game, but he's doing some really good work. And he says he's looking for more watches and knives, but mainly more money in the wallet. So I feel that. I got some watches for sale, buddy. If you want some watches, I got several watches for sale. I'll give you a good deal. Anyway, I love this photo. I love his gear. I love his knives, and his photos are great. I highly recommend you go follow him. It's wear.knives or edc.alabama over on Instagram. Thanks for submitting, buddy. And you have a second entry into the giveaway. All right, this next submission comes from Manfred, who, if you were part of the Discord server, you know that we call him Ufrid or Stonks. He's relatively new to the EDC game, says he's been into it about 6 months. He dove in head first, that's for sure, and he lives for the hype and the flex. He's gonna claim to the earth's end that he doesn't, but he does. I swear to God, he does. Anyway, you can find him over on Instagram at ml.edc. First up in the left of the photo is his knife of choice, the flavor of the week, which is the Shirogorov Neon Ultralight. He also has a Mont Blanc Legrand rollerball pin, and he has a Goyard, I don't know how it's pronounced. It's some luxury brand that I'm not familiar with, a St. Sulpice card holder. He also has a Burnley Cypop, and attached to that is a Combat Beads bead. He also has an EDC Reminder Coins challenge coin, and then underneath everything is the Atlas Creations handkerchief. And this is gonna kill him, but this is actually not the most expensive carry in the video. In fact, it's the least expensive. That's gonna kill Manfred. It's gonna hurt his heart. He's gonna need some gear donations or something. MSRP for this, I pieced it together as best I could. MSRP, this is not what he paid for it. It's about $1,800, give or take. I would estimate that he paid, especially with international shipping, because he's in Singapore and all the markups for the secondary prices, I would say he paid $2,400, $2,500. I don't know. I can't do this with a straight face. I can't do it. Anyway, he says This is what my EDC is looking like on most days. Some things aren't included in the pick for aesthetic purposes. My knife of choice is the Shirogorov Neon Ultralight. I'm very happy with this knife. It's just the right size for my EDC needs and also has a very enjoyable action. Pin in the picture is my Mont Blanc Legrand rollerball. I alternate between 3 pins for EDC, the tactile turn bolt action pin, my Mont Blanc Classic, and this Legrand. The Legrand is definitely my favorite out of the 3. On the bottom right of the pick is my wallet, the St. Sulpice card holder. I went with the card holder as I found that I only need EDC 4 to 5 cards and I rarely carry cash nowadays. On top of my wallet is the mementos that I carry around daily. The Burnley Side Pop is something I've wanted for quite some time. I'm amazed at the camaraderie that exists in the Burnley group and how they all come together yearly to help kids in need through the Toys for Tots and also do good through occasional fundraisers, etc. The Side Pop reminds me to always work hard and do good whenever the chance arises. I also pop bottles pretty often, so it comes in handy. Attached to it is a combat bead. Next to the Side Pop is a challenge coin with a quote that I strongly believe in. And underneath it all is a hank made by Rue in the Discord server. And I can't even do this. I can't do this. He says he's looking for soup. Soup, for the unaware, is mokutai, Timascus, just soupy looking materials like this. This is moving on. Thanks for sharing, Manfred. You now have a second entry into the giveaway. The next submission comes from Joshua Schoeffield. You can find him over on Instagram at moons_EDC. He's actually been featured a few times here on the channel, and this is just a great carry overall. First up in the top of the photo is the Das of Venomir Nimitz wallet, and this is in a blue buttero and lavender goat, I think is what he said. On top of that is his watch of choice, the Baltic Aquascape. And then in the bottom left of the photo is his tactile turn bolt action pin in titanium with a Timascus bolt. He also has a WRM.FYZ eyes on patch. His flashlight of choice is the Okluma DC1 in titanium. And then the knife there in the center of the photo is the NCC MK1-S. He also has a Fox Hanks Okluma Hank collaboration underneath that. And then in the right of the photo is the Vitesse Design Damascus Rocket Scalpel. So if you add all of this up, approximate MSRP would be around $2,000. Josh says, I don't think I would ever consider myself bougie, but I have accrued some nice EDC items over time. The NCC is my first custom knife, and the Baltic is my introduction into fine watches. The Okluma is still my go-to light, but I have started looking into smaller lights as well. And the Vitesse Scalpel is quite literally something no one needs, so I bought it for myself, really. He's looking for a light that is roughly the size of a AAA light, looking mainly for titanium with an Nichia 219C emitter that's 4,000 to 5,000 K. And you already know this. You already know, but this is what you're looking for. This is the Prometheus lights, Beta QR V2 in titanium. They are impossible to find, but that's what you're looking for, and you know it, and I know it, and everybody knows it. This is the flashlight you need. AAA, Nichia, 4,000 K, like this is what you want, and it's perfect. And it's got quick release. It's great. You can get a clip for it, which I need to do still. Awesome stuff here. I've never seen goat leather on a wallet, which looks really interesting, to be completely honest. And this is just really cool stuff. I've not really seen much. I don't really follow NCC, or I've not seen much of the MK1S, but looks like a really nice knife. There are so many makers now making so many things and very, very similar knives. Like the blade on this is a flipper, but the blade on this is very, very similar to a Chavez. So, I mean, it's just, there's so much stuff out there that it's hard to keep straight sometimes. And boy, I'm trying to work my way through this maze, but it's not always easy. Anyway, thank you for submitting. You now have a second entry into the giveaway. This next one's a doozy. This one comes from Jason G. He's also been featured on the channel before, but boy, when I said bougie carry, expensive carry, he pulled out all the stops. And this is by far the most expensive carry in this video. Like nothing even comes close. First up in the top of the photo is his slip joint of choice. That's the Northwoods Signal Jack in Mammoth. He also has underneath that a Grimsmo Rask Snowflakes Bifrost Damascus. That's quite a knife. Underneath that is also his Rolex. That is a Submariner reference number 116613LB. He also has a Lynch Northwest All Access Pass with the Fade Anno, as well as a Saint Dupont, I don't know how to say this, nope, got nothing. Palladium lighter with a case. It's a very expensive lighter. The pipe you see here is a Briarworks Classic C111 Bull Moose. He also has the pin in the bottom left of the photo. That is a Grimsmo Saga, and the light next to that is the one we just saw, the Okluma Titanium DC1. And the pin in the bottom of the photo is the Mont Blanc Meisterstück Legrand Rollerball. And then underneath everything is also another handkerchief from Atlas Creations, or Root, over in the Discord server. You tally all of this up, to the best of my abilities, I came in just over $18,000 for this one. Of course, the Rolex is the culprit there, $14,000 give or take on the Submariner there. But the Grimsmo knife is $1,550. I'm pretty sure I found the exact one over in the archives on Grimsmo's website. The other knife is $225 for a slip joint. But the other thing, the sleeper here that you probably didn't expect, is the lighter. Saint Dupont. I don't know how it's pronounced. I don't know what half this shit is. That lighter is almost $1,000 with the case. The lighter is $775, give or take, and the case is $120, just according to the company's website. Boy, Jason, you really went all out. Anyway, Jason says, I typically carry 2 knives, 1 slip joint, and 1 folder. The Rolex is a rotation with a few other Swiss autos. This particular Lynch Northwest All Access Pass is my favorite. I got it from one of the recent drops Casey had on his website. If I'm headed to the lounge, I'll take the Saint Dupont and this Bull Moose from Briarworks. They do amazing work, and these smoke really well. Yes, I carry 2 pins. If I'm meeting with engineers, I use the Saga. If I'm meeting with executives, I use the Mont Blanc. They're both good combo starters for the respective audiences. Rue does great work. I like her Hanks. Smiley face. Well, of course, as you can imagine, Jason is not seeking any gear because he has it all of it, right here in one photo. Everything you'd ever want and need. Thanks for sharing, Jason. Second entry into whatever giveaway I could possibly put together for you. You know what? None of you guys want to win any of the stuff I'm giving away. You guys should give me stuff. Okay, moving on. Anyway, the next submission comes from Skye. You guys have seen him before. He's been in the show. He's also in the Discord server as a mod. And he also works for Grimsmo Knives, which makes 2 of the 5 very expensive knives we've already seen in the show. So yeah, we're just moving on. First up in this photo is his Lynch Northwest All Access Pass version 2.0, not the 1.5 we've been seeing a lot of. The pin, of course, is a Grimsmo Saga, but this one is a prototype. He also has an Oz Machine Company Roosevelt number 0020, and he has underneath all 3 of those things a Dassault Fenimare gun deck, quick draw, Riccardo Shell Cordovan. He also has an MCMD Hankery Plaid and Sharks handkerchief, as well as an Ocean Crawler. That is the watch. Ocean Crawler Watch Company Loom Rush Diver. You guys should see the looms on this watch. It's ridiculous. My loom tech is kind of over the top with looms. This is just extra. He also has a McGizmo Haiku with Tana triple LED light engine. He also has on that a Still Flame Silver Warrior clip with tritium eyes. On that, he has a 45 design Conquest bead, and then he has a bottle opener, a few bottle openers actually. The first one is the Everyday Gent plus Swan Knives bottle cap, and then he also has the Voxinez Custom 1 of 1 black and titanium Diamondback Snailer in the bottom right. And then the other knife you see here, the slip joint, is a Great Eastern Cutlery number 86 Blade Forums 2019 SFO edition. So if you add all this up, approximately, we're looking at about $4,000. Pretty hot stuff. Skye says the bottle openers are mostly pocket jewelry. I can always carry 2 knives, 1 folder for utility use and a traditional folder for precision use and food prep. The Shell Cordovan Dassault Fenimare Gun Deck Quick Draw is easily my favorite wallet after trying a couple different variations from him. The bottle cap opener was a gift from the Everyday Gent, and I'm honestly not sure of what it would cost secondary, as it's a one-off prototype. Carrying a handkerchief is always helpful for cleaning knives and glasses, and the MCMD Hankery makes great quality stuff for a good price. That is all he has to say. One, Skye, if you ever decide to sell the Ocean Crawler, let me know. I know you're gonna price gouge me, but that's okay. I'm ready. My body and my wallet's not ready. My body's ready. My wallet is not ready for that yet, but I want that watch really bad. They have another version, like there's a new version of the Loom Rush Diver. It's not as good. It's not as good. It looks like mazy. It looks like it's got a maze on it. This thing is sick. But yeah, there's not much more I could say. Something you probably didn't expect. The flashlight here with the triple LED light engine as well as the Haiku, you're looking at $325 for the Haiku, the Gizmo Haiku, and then the light engine is about $260. And then the clip, the clip is the sleeper, not for people who are aware of Steel Flame, but for people who are not, that Warrior clip is about $350. It's got tritium embedded in the eyes of the skull. So that whole flashlight package is like $900, $1,000 for the flashlight. This stuff gets crazy. And that's not even like a super expensive flashlight. Just if you get super deep into the flashlight world, this is like that crossing the threshold. That's that one right over the hump, but they get much more expensive beyond that. I hate thinking about it. You know what? I'm just not going to think about it anymore. We're going to move on to the very next one. These are all honorable mentions, so we're not going to dwell on them too long, but this one comes from Shane Gilmer. You can find him over on Instagram at bionic_EDC. And the standout items here, there are two in particular, three really. First is the Koenig Arius knife. That is a Gen 4. Beautiful knife. Koenig doesn't really make anything that's for me, really, but they have very spendy knives, and people seem to love them. The quality apparently is very, very good. The other thing is the Freelux Synergy flashlight here. That's the thing that kind of looks like a vape. That's actually a flashlight. And then the Daily Custom Swiss Army knife with aluminum scales with mocha tie inlay. Just really, really cool stuff. Thanks for sharing, Shane. Next up is Reed, or you can find him over on Instagram at Gear Diaries. And the Damasteel carbon fiber Suru here is really the one thing that jumps out. The photo itself was really cool with the half black, half gray background, but that Suru is just a really, really nice Suru. And I believe that Suru was like $500, somewhere up in there. It's pretty expensive Suru. Anyway, thank you for sharing, Reed. And then finally, Ray Harris from over in the Discord. You can find him over on Instagram at RHARR203. And there are a few things here. He's also got an Okluma DC1 in titanium. He has a Shirogorov F95 R18 in Vanax 37, really nice steel. And he also has a Grimsmo Saga pin. You guys are really, really making me want a Saga pin. Like, I wanted one before, but I really want one now. But that's gonna do it for this video. If you were featured in this video at all, you do have a second entry into the giveaway. And if you haven't already, submit your own EDC at edcw.co so you can be featured in a video like this, or over on the website or on Instagram. And you can also just go to bestdamnedc.com/submit. Check out the website. I'm doing deal posts and all sorts of other stuff over there. I'd like to bolster the website a little bit more and get some content going over there, but that's it for now. Thank you for all the jealousy-inducing gear. All right, that's going to do it for this video. If you found it helpful and you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that thumbs up button down below and subscribe to see more stuff like this in the future, and hit that notification bell so you're notified when I upload new videos. If you want to support what I'm doing here, hit those links down below. Everything you saw in this video, to the best of my abilities this time, is linked, and most of those are affiliate links. So if you purchase anything using those links, I do get a little bit of a kickback, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. You can also go to patreon.com/bestdamnedc if you want to support me directly, or you can go to carrycommission.com or carry.best to buy stuff directly from me, merch such as this shirt right here, as well as many other things, even gear. That is all at carry.best. But be sure to follow us around the web. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at bestdamnedc. There's also now a Facebook group which you can request to join. It's linked down below, as well as a Discord server where you can talk to me directly in between videos. But with that said, and until next time, carry on.